This is the Xavier's Voice.
This is the Xavier's Voice.
This is the Xavier's Voice.
Speak with ease. English, please. Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to the Xavier's Voice Podcast, your go-to place for all things English. I'm Kai, your friendly host, and today we will be talking about the inappropriate questions that some people ask and they are difficult and awkward to answer, particularly those during special occasions like Trut Jeen, Chinese New Year, or Thai New Year, or even Christmas. Now, these gatherings can be an absolute blast filled with laughter, delicious food, and catching up with relatives that you haven't seen in a while. But you know what they say? Where there's fun, there's also a potential for awkwardness. Yes, those moments when well-intentioned people turn into formidable questionnaires, grilling us with questions that can sometimes leave us lost for words. Today we will discuss about this and we will learn how to answer to these awkward questions, to respond to them in a good way and appropriate way. But I'm not alone for this, guys. I have two of my friends to join me, discuss with me, and share with me how they handle these situations. So first, I have someone who is not stranger to us, Miss Khana, a Thai student from Xavier Learning Community.
Hello, I'm glad to meet you again.
Yeah. Welcome back, Khana. We missed you so much. We would like to hear your opinions again. Last time I heard your opinions and I liked them so much. Okay, and you are not alone, Khana. I have a friend from the Philippines, Mr. Trim Bravo.
Hello, Brother Kai. Hello, Khana. I'm so glad to be here again, and I'm excited.
Yeah. So this time the topic is a bit intense.
Okay.
I believe that two of you as young people, you have experienced these, awkward questions definitely.
Yes.
Maybe when you join the family gathering or
Yes.
especially during some special occasions and
Yes.
you are invited back to your hometown. You meet your old friends, like older relatives,
Yes,
right? Sometimes
so true.
people will definitely ask you some good and bad questions, no? Okay.
Yes, brother.
But maybe I'm really excited to hear some of your experiences now. So first, I would like to ask you to share your experiences, like what in the past, maybe some people have asked you some questions that you might consider inappropriate, and maybe why you think it's inappropriate and how you handle the questions. Speak with ease. English, please. Maybe I would like to start with Khana. What was the question?
Someone asked me why do you study far from home? Because it has a famous university near my home also, this.
So you are from
Surat Thani.
in
Yes.
the south, from the south of Thailand.
Yes.
But you are studying in Chiang Rai,
Yes.
which is in the north of
North
Thailand.
of Thailand.
So some people in your family.
Yeah, no, not in my family.
Not from your family.
Yes.
Maybe your neighbors.
Yeah.
They are curious.
Yes.
Why don't you study
Yes.
in Surat Thani, but you
Yes.
go all the way to Chiang Rai?
Yes.
Why do you think it's inappropriate?
I think it's my
It's your matter.
yeah,
right?
it's my matter. Will you pay for me or
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, okay, it's you have circumstances,
Yes.
you're in your family, maybe it's just difficult to deal with the tuition fee, the study fee
Yes.
at the university in your hometown, right? So in Chiang Rai
I got scholarship.
you
like
got a
that.
scholarship and you study there, right? So you feel maybe they don't really understand and they just
Yeah,
say
they don't
something
understand my
that.
problem about my financial.
When you are asked this question, you feel you are reminded about the problem,
Yes.
and then you have to share your problem with other people, and you
Yes.
don't like that, right? And how did you answer to the question?
Will you pay for me?
Will you
But
pay for me?
I want to say, but I say like, because I got scholarship like this.
So inside you want to say like,
will you
will
say-
you pay for me? But maybe in reality you want to be like nice to people, so you say that
Yes.
I got a scholarship and it's cheaper and it helps the family, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I like that. Okay, what about you, Tim? Like, what was like the worst question that was asked
Yeah.
to you, and you like how you handle it?
Yes. Brother, actually, there's a lot of questions that I prepared for this podcast, but then I just chose maybe 3 questions. And the first one is that, when are you getting married? And this question is, for me, it's very wrong to ask this, especially for the young people who are just starting their careers, who just graduated. And some people, if not all, in the Philippines are asking this to the young people who are not really into marriage. And then Khana said that when someone asks him or her about these questions, there's a follow-up question at the back of our mind saying that, what are you gonna pay for me? Are you gonna, if in my case, what are you gonna pay for the wedding, or are you gonna pay for the kids that we'll be having, right? So it's so absurd hearing these kind of questions, because sometimes the pressure gets in, and sometimes it's just we're too young to answer these kind of questions.
Yes.
So sometimes I get pissed off.
Okay. So you feel like you feel pressure,
Yes.
right? You feel the pressure
Yes.
from these people when asked question. Like sometimes when our parents do not ask this question.
Yes,
right?
and maybe for Khana's situation, brother, it's a lot harder because it's not from her family; it's from the neighbors.
Neighbor.
So yeah, context could be a little bit difficult.
Okay.
Different context.
Okay, you seems like you guys are excited for this topic, no?
Yeah.
And then you
Yes.
have a lot of experiences. But let me ask you these questions. Now, I went on the internet and
Alright.
tried to find the common inappropriate questions that are usually asked during a family gathering. And I will ask these questions to you, and maybe you can share with me and also with the listeners, like how are you going to handle these questions, so that when our listeners and when you or even me are like facing these questions, so we know how to answer,
Yeah.
right? So maybe I give you the first question. This is like the must talk question. So this one, do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? If not, why not? Okay, start with Khana. What do you think about this one?
Okay, for me, if this question from my parents, I will say no. ยังไม่มี because I want to live with them.
Very nice. Yeah, it's very cute. It's a very cute way to
Yeah.
answer. Nah.
Yes.
It's a very cute way to
Yeah.
handle.
And if this question from the neighbor or someone that I don't know, I will say, oh no, I want to focus on my study, like this.
Yeah. You want to focus on
Yeah,
your study.
on my
That's
study.
that's a good way to to peacefully answer to these kind of questions.
Yes.
Sometimes I think some people they have good intention to
Yes.
ask, no, but sometimes they don't really realize that good intention sometimes can turn into something negative and pressure people they ask, no? And what about you, Tim? I think this one is similar to your sharing earlier.
But for me, brother, if I will be asked by my parents about this, of course I will say I'm not ready yet for that, because I will find a job first, and then if I'm ready to commit to someone, then I'll allow myself to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And if the neighbors will be the one who are asking this, I will just say that no, I don't have. Straight to the point.
Straight to
because
the
I don't
point.
want any issues about it, and it's not a big deal for me.
And
Yeah.
what if they continue like why not?
Oh, you'll ask that. So that's where the problem goes, brother. Because if they ask follow-up questions and I don't want to answer it, I could I could just say I don't have anyone right now. So why do you ask more questions? So
Yes.
maybe that one. I could say that just nothing. I don't have anyone right now. So don't ask furthermore.
Okay.
So I don't have is enough. Yeah, I don't have.
Yeah. Some people.
Enough.
Enough.
I feel like I'm representing the neighbors.
You're the neighbor, huh?
No. I just act, please,
Yeah.
please.
Just enough.
Okay.
And wait, brother, I like also that Khana wanted to respond in a different manner for the parents and for the neighbor, because really different answers for different contexts is fine, because if your parents are going to ask you these questions, of course you are going to answer them in a right manner or truthfully. But when the neighbors will ask, you're not sure if you're going to ask them the right answer, because even if it's right or wrong, they will make a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Maybe one thing I would like to add.
Okay.
Maybe like sometimes when I ask like deeper questions or further questions, I feel like this is a good topic to discuss, because this is kind of the training of emotional intelligence.
Yes, correct.
Like for example, sometimes you have to deal with many people in the society or even in your hometown, and sometimes you feel angry, but you know how to control your emotion, and you handle it like professionally, and you don't like create further problems with them. Okay, let's move to the next question. When you like for a long time you go back to your hometown, no? And maybe your appearance kind of change, and some people kind of spot that you have changed, and then they ask you like why you are bigger, like why you like you gain weight and you look so different, you look bigger, why? And maybe like something happened to your skin, you look darker, and then they ask you like why are you darker? So what if like they would like to know about your like the change in your appearance? What is your take about it, Khana?
I will say yes, I am. I'm gain weight, and why? That's my problem. And because I eat, right? I eat, I gain my weight.
Right.
And why they ask like that? And then I get angry, but I will keep it.
But how would you like respond to this kind of question?
Because I eat.
Because
I eat. Yeah.
You know this one. It happened to me so many times. Because when I was younger, I was very small. I was very thin.
Yeah.
Then
Okay, go on.
I was very thin, and then like when sometime passed by, I gained weight a lot. And then when I went back to my hometown, and people start like ask me what happened to you, why you are so much bigger than before. And deep inside I feel like I don't want to go back anymore because of this question. But I just laughed it away. That's the best. I think it's like the best strategy to cope with this kind of question. Because usually people who are older than me ask this question, so I feel like they don't have filter for it. So I just maybe smile, understand them, and then just laugh at it. So that's it. What about you, Tim? If they comment on your appearance?
Actually, brother, we're the same, because we're actually the same to how you respond, or how we respond with this kind of comments or question about our appearance. Like I would just respond in a joke manner, or I would respond a joke out of it. And although I understand Khana's rage about about responding to these kind of comments, because as for my case also, I also experienced to be asked about my face, because I had a lot of pimples before. Due to the pandemic, I will always blame COVID because of it. I don't know why, just because it's also partly my fault, because I sleep so late. And so if people ask me questions, what happened to your face, Tim? Like something like that. And if I hear a lot of questions like that, sometimes I could, I'll be angry, but just inside. So to be more polite, to be more professional about it, I just, respond in a joke way, like, just because I sleep late, just like that. But then deep inside, it's hurting me, because it's not a good question to ask. If that person is struggling or is trying so hard to make his or her face clear. So we're the same to respond in joke manner.
In a joke
Yeah.
manner, yeah. Maybe this is also a good reminder for us. Like now we are
Yeah.
talking, we are discussing, like we don't like it, but sometimes we are the one asking these
Yeah.
questions, like unintentionally, you know.
Right,
So
right.
so it could be like a good reminder also, like we don't really understand what is behind
Yes, true.
this, you know. Yeah.
I have one thing.
Okay.
When I was shy, right?
Mm.
And then I very thin.
Yeah.
I'm very thin, and then I had to see the doctor like that, and they give me like
What is it?
medication.
medication, and then after that my family took care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before.
Yeah,
And
before.
also, I'm curious about it thought my brother that when you're thin, they judge you, and when you're getting bigger, they judge
Yeah.
you. So what should we do now, right? If I just don't know what's normal for them.
I
It's like-
think sometimes like this.
Yeah.
I think it's just they want to have a conversation. I think they it's for some people it's like a conversation
but
starter.
they just don't know like how insensitive they are, right? So yeah, I'm just curious about it. Like what's running on their mind having these kind of questions.
Thai people used to say like "อีอ้วน" like this.
What does that
อีอ้วน
mean?
is
But
mean like
it's maybe in the older like in the past,
In the past.
it was kind of normal to body shame each
body
other.
shame.
Yeah, like it's just like fun for fun. They just
For
call this say this for fun.
But well, actually in the Philippines, brother, it's the same because people of all ages, it's actually normal for them to say these kind of things, and if we don't say or we don't educate them, they will not know that this is or these questions are insensitive.
Yeah. But now since when the word bullying
Yeah.
is more common, then people are more aware of it. They
For
don't
sure.
say that
So
anymore.
it's maybe generation also affects this,
Yeah.
the age or yeah.
And also like sometimes in school, I
In school.
experienced this, like when they want to address someone but they don't know the name, they
Yeah.
will be like the fat one, the short
Yeah.
one, the tall one, something like that.
And you know what? This is still happening right now. Like it's not, fully eradicated. So
Yeah.
it's still a concern.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like this topic.
Like how would you like respond to this? Maybe not like maybe we off the topic a little bit. Like people don't ask you the question, but then call you like fat, like dark skin,
nothing to say.
nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Yeah,
But
instead of being angry about it,
Angry.
just nothing to say.
Let them say.
Let them be okay. Yeah.
We cannot do anything, right?
Honestly,
Yeah,
same.
just-
Honestly, same with Khana. I have nothing to say with all these people who judge, your appearance or your body. It's just I don't know. Also, sometimes I can't respond to them because maybe the hurt is inside and I cannot blurt it out because I don't want I don't want any more fight after. Just like what you said earlier, brother, that to be more polite, to be more professional. We don't
Yes.
say anything. But I guess it's also the time for us not to be silenced anymore. If people bully us or if people will say bad things to ourselves, it's time for us to stand up and educate them that it's not good to say
Yeah.
that.
Maybe like
I don't care who is that. Even if my parents will say that, I will really say that, mother, father, that's not a good comment to say or to talk.
maybe like I think this is my way. Maybe like
Yeah.
you have to just don't go to them like angrily
Yeah,
or
of course.
be aggressive. Like maybe just say to them like, oh I don't really like this. I don't like to be called
Educate them properly.
this. I don't want
Yeah.
to. I know that I'm kind of bigger. I know myself.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Why don't I know?
I know that I look like this.
I see myself in the mirror every day, so I
Right.
know, and I try my best to fix it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe like this is a way to handle it.
True.
Okay. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, move on to the next
move
one.
forward. Okay.
Let's move. Okay, this one. If someone asks you, how much money do you make? How much money do you earn? And maybe compare with someone of your own age. What would you say?
I will say I make money enough.
Yeah, that's a great
enough.
answer.
Enough.
Enough for myself and my family.
Wow. But for me, brother, well, I actually experienced that the moment I had my first job back in the Philippines, a lot was questioning how much I earn, and they don't know that it's still my first job. And of course, if you're in your first job, you just get an entry level salary. So it's also an insensitive question for me, and I'm speaking from my own experience because when I was asked about my salary before, I was really hesitant to say it because I also learned that asking your salary is should be confidential. I mean, asking your salary should be confidential. So it should not be asked to someone because it's not good to answer how much you earn from a company. But if ever you're comfortable with it, you can say it. But for me, I wasn't able to say it to those who asked me before. I just said that I earn a little. I was honest because I don't want them to expect anything from me because I was earning just just to survive, and from that time I was earning just a minimum wage. So I didn't lie about it. I was just honest, and for them to not expect anything from me. So that's it. That's how I respond.
Maybe it just go back to the idea that I added, like that.
Yes.
Like we need to be considerate. Like,
You should not. Of course, you should not answer angrily and all.
Sometimes.
And
And
but
maybe
being honest is also very important.
Okay, good.
So I hope Khana will learn from us, brother, to be polite and to be honest.
Yeah, we can
But have
do
you
both of
experienced
them.
working kind of
No.
on now? So next time if they ask, you just be polite. And
Be polite,
honest.
be honest. Maybe don't have to be like rude or angry,
true.
but then say the truth and
Yeah.
then just like that. But sometimes people ask, they just want to start the conversation. They don't really care so much about the answer, no?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this is the last one.
And oh wait, I have something to add, brother and Khana. Maybe sometimes if we don't know what to respond, or when Khana said earlier that no response at all, maybe it's something to do about thinking about what they will say or what they will comment about it when we have an answer. So maybe that's the root for me, brother. Because if I say something or if I answer something, they might comment about it, or we're just afraid of what they're thinking about. So
Just to be safe.
yeah,
I think that's it.
that's it.
Yeah.
So what was it, brother?
So the last one, this one is suggested from the Philippines. When are you, when do you plan to move out?
Yeah. So this question. Are you?
Maybe Khana first. Maybe you stay with your family, with your parents, and then at certain age, people expect you to move out and have your own family. I think this is more common in the West, no? In the way, in cultures in America or in the West. Maybe in Thailand it's a bit when people why are you still with your parents? Don't you want to have your own life? Don't you want to move out and then start your family, start to have your own family like that?
I will reply politely, oh, they took care of me since I was a child, and then I want to live with them until they die.
So polite and so touching, nah.
Very nice.
I think it's a good way. I think it's the way you respond also, people will be it's good that that you want to stay with your parents and take care of them. And I think in Thailand this question is not that bad, I think some children want to stay with their parents and take care of their parents. I think it's kind of normal. And I think in the Philippines it's kind of different, right?
Kind of, brother. It's also because of the influence of the Western culture, where they want their children to work as early as 18, I guess, or 19, and then in the Philippine context, if I was also asked about this before, and of course I answered politely. Yes, I really answered politely, saying that I am still trying to find a work, and so if I finally get a job, I will slowly move out from my parents' house. So that's what I answered.
I think it's kind of different,
Because in the Philippines, it's also, I don't think if it's a big deal for some, but in my household, I guess it's also important to have a job after we graduate. So yeah.
It's kind of a pressure on
really.
on the people also, and especially like teenagers,
Yes.
right? Too. But what if some people they really want to stay with their parents?
Yeah.
Like they want to stay with their parents, take care of their parents,
Yeah.
maybe. Would that be like okay, or people will still like look at them like this is kind of not successful, maybe?
Oh, for me, brother, honestly it would depend on the context. Maybe if you live in a suburban, place in the Philippines, or maybe in just the middle class, some people, I guess, might judge, or some people might, I guess, will understand. But more so in my experience, based from my own experience, people really from my hometown will judge people who just stayed in their parents' home and not really find a job to keep themselves survive. So it's kind of a big deal to move out and get a job and help your parents. So the pressure is really high in the Philippines for me. Yeah.
This kind of new,
Yeah.
not unlike us. We are kind of free,
Yes,
and then
very much.
even like for us, if we like want to stay with our parents, some people would say like it's good intention. No?
Yeah.
Some people will accept that. Okay. Oh, I like all of your sharings,
Yes, thank you.
all of your opinions, no? And then it also kind of good that we have discussion like this, so we can try to have good conversation in English, good discussion. Kind of can express our ideas in foreign language, in your
Yes.
second language. No? So I hope that it will ignite discussion among our listeners also, no? And then can practice with this discussion, this kind of discussion, so they can have the opportunity to practice, to discuss, to express their ideas. So I would like to say thank you so much, Khana and Tim,
Thank you,
Thank
brother
you.
Kai.
for coming back to the podcast, to the Xavier Voice Podcast. And I hope that this second time is not the last time.
Yeah,
I
for
hope that it will be like the third, fourth, fifth, until the 100th time, that we have time to discuss like
Yeah,
this.
sure.
Nah? So just like the previous episodes, maybe you have some new messages for our listeners. Maybe you can talk about like when they have to face inappropriate questions. They are asked with inappropriate questions like this, and they don't know how to answer. Or when they try to study English and they like struggle, maybe you have some messages for them.
Yeah, maybe brother, just a short message. If ever asked by the older folks or the older people about this, or not the older people, not to generalize, but if you are being asked by these questions, just answer them politely and honestly, and try not to think about it too much. That's it.
And what about the listeners that are trying to learn English?
Oh, for the listeners who are trying to learn English, just express yourself fully. You don't need to be perfect, and ask questions if you're not sure what you are talking about. It's good to ask questions and ask for help. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Khana? Any more to add?
If you was asked like this, I want you to say like I want you to keep your feeling and try to answer politely.
Try to control your emotions.
Control your
right?
emotion like that.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much. And this is the tradition, as you know, that we will say this as a kind of the motto to encourage our listener one last time. Okay, speak with ease, English, please. Stay together.
Speak with ease,
English, please. Okay, see you again in the next episode. Thank you so much, and see you.
This is the Xavier's Voice.
This is the Xavier's Voice.
This is the Xavier's Voice.
Speak with ease, English, please.